Prologue. The Galactic Council sat in the Grand Chamber of Nova Lumina, a hollowed-out moon orbiting the twin stars of the Veritas system. Representatives from all major species were present, their holographic projections shimmering above their seats in an array of colors and shapes. It was a meeting of urgency, for they had only just learned of the newest species to reach the stars, humans. The towering figure of High Arbiter Zilrax stood at the center, its insectoid wings twitching nervously. Zilrax had seen the reports, heard the whispers, and now it had to make the most difficult decision of its long tenure. "Fellow delegates," Zilrax began, its voice resonating through the chamber. "The Council has reviewed the findings from the first encounters with the Terran fleet. We must decide whether or not to permit the humans to join our peaceful galactic community, or ban them from ever engaging in combat within our borders." A murmur spread through the chamber. Most species were surprised, curious, or baffled, but a few had already seen the footage, seen the devastation. Their expressions were not of curiosity, but of fear. "We have never had to do this before," Zilrax continued. "But I move that human warships be deemed too lethal for galactic combat." Chapter 1: First Contact. Captain Talia Voss stood on the bridge of the UNS Resolute, a Terran destroyer-class ship, her sharp eyes scanning the holographic displays around her. The sleek, angular ship hummed with power as it cut through the stars, its engines silent but deadly. "Captain, we're approaching the designated coordinates for first contact," said Lieutenant Hayes from the navigation console. His voice held a trace of excitement, something Talia couldn't fault him for. This was, after all, humanity's first sanctioned foray into Galactic Council territory. Talia nodded, her expression calm but alert. "Any word from the Veritan delegation?" "They've acknowledged our approach, but no communication yet. Seems they're observing." Talia had expected as much. The Veritans were known for their caution, but they were also known for their influence in the Council. If they deemed humanity worthy, it would open up a galaxy's worth of trade and diplomatic relations. If not, well, Talia didn't dwell on that. "Maintain course. Keep our weapon systems on standby, but passive. We're here to talk, not fight." The ship's AI, a sleek voice named Astra, chimed in. "Captain, I've analyzed the Veritan vessels. Their energy signatures are well below our capacity, even at full output." Talia smirked. "Let's not flaunt our muscles just yet." It wasn't long before the Veritan ships came into view on the holographic display. Sleek, organic designs that looked more like deep-sea creatures than spacecraft. They were elegant, almost fragile in appearance. "Opening communication," Lieutenant Hayes said. The main screen flickered, and the image of a Veritan captain appeared, tall, with translucent blue skin and flowing robes that shimmered as if made of liquid. "I am Captain Wheeler of the Veritan Defense Fleet." The alien spoke, its voice calm but carrying a sense of practiced diplomacy. "Welcome, humans, to the Galactic Council's territories." Talia offered a respectful nod. "Captain Wheeler, I am Captain Talia Voss of the United Nations ship Resolute. We come in peace, seeking to establish relations with your people and the Galactic Council." Wheeler's eyes narrowed slightly, though not in hostility, more in curiosity. "We have heard much about your species. Your rapid technological advancements are impressive." Talia knew the subtext. Humanity had advanced far faster than any other species in the known galaxy. Where others had taken millennia to master faster-than-light travel, humanity had done it in centuries. And their military developments, well, those were the real reason they were being watched so closely. "We're eager to prove ourselves as responsible members of the galactic community," Talia said carefully. Wheeler's eyes seemed to glimmer with an unreadable emotion. "We shall see." Chapter 2: The Test. Talia stood before the Veritan High Council, an honor few humans had experienced. The chamber was vast, with a dome of crystalline glass that allowed a view of the swirling nebula beyond. The air was heavy with the scent of unfamiliar flowers, and the walls seemed to pulse gently with the life of the moon itself. The Veritans had been cordial but distant. Despite Talia's best efforts, she could feel the weight of judgment in every interaction. There was something more than mere curiosity about humans. There was concern. And that concern, she knew, stemmed from humanity's military power. On the surface, the UNS Resolute was just another warship, sleek, fast, deadly. But it, like all Terran vessels, carried weapons that no other species dared to develop. Humanity had mastered destructive technologies that could obliterate entire fleets in seconds. Energy weapons, railguns, AI-guided missiles, human ships were designed not just to fight, but to end wars in the blink of an eye. Captain Voss, the High Arbiter Zorax addressed her, its insectoid wings shimmering in the light. We have reviewed your request to join the Galactic Council. However, there is a matter that must be addressed before we can proceed. Talia's heart quickened, but she kept her expression neutral. Of course, Arbiter. What concerns do you have? Zorax leaned forward slightly. The humans' penchant for lethal weaponry. The murmur in the chamber grew louder, and Talia knew this was the moment. She had seen the reports, the analysis. Human warships were classified as outliers in terms of destructive capacity. Other species fought with restraint, with rules and protocols that minimized collateral damage. Humans, on the other hand, built weapons to win. With all due respect, Arbiter, Talia began, humanity has a long and complex history. Our weapons are not just tools of war, they are deterrents. We believe in the power of peace, but we also believe that peace is maintained by strength. Zorax's eyes narrowed. Your strength, Captain, is concerning. Talia could feel the weight of their gazes, the unspoken fear. She took a deep breath. Our strength is what allowed us to survive. We come from a world that tested us, that forced us to grow, adapt, and innovate. But we are not conquerors. We do not seek war. A voice from the side interrupted. It was Captain Wheeler. And yet you carry weapons that could destroy entire fleets with ease. Your railguns, your plasma cannons, your nuclear missiles. Are these not instruments of death? Talia didn't flinch. They are. But they are also instruments of protection. Every human warship is built with one purpose: to prevent war by making it too costly to pursue. The room fell silent for a moment, and Talia seized the opportunity. Allow me to demonstrate, she said. Let me show you our restraint. Chapter 3: Too Lethal. The test was simple: 2 fleets, 1 human and 1 Veritan, in a simulated combat scenario. The Veritans used standard galactic protocols, energy shields, precise lasers, and ion cannons designed to disable but not destroy. The UNS Resolute? It was designed to annihilate. As the simulation began, Talia issued clear orders. No lethal strikes. We're here to show them we can fight without excessive force. But even on minimal power, the Resolute was too much. Within seconds, its railguns fired, shredding the Veritan shields as if they were paper. The plasma cannons, dialed down to their lowest setting, disabled entire sections of the Veritan fleet in one shot. AI-guided missiles bypassed all their countermeasures, striking key systems with pinpoint precision. It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter, even though no lives were truly lost. As the simulation ended, the Veritans stared in stunned silence. Zorax finally spoke, its voice heavy with resignation. Captain Voss, the Galactic Council cannot allow such power to exist unchecked. Your ships, your weapons, they are too lethal. Talia stood, her expression unreadable. She had expected this. Humanity was too much for them, too dangerous in their eyes. They feared what they could not control. We understand, Talia said softly. But know this, our weapons, our ships, they exist not because we wish to use them. They exist because we know the cost of war. We know that sometimes, the only way to ensure peace is to be too dangerous to provoke. Epilogue. The Galactic Council's ruling was swift. Human warships were deemed too lethal for galactic combat, banned from participating in any official military engagements within Council space. But humanity was not exiled. They were offered trade, diplomacy, a place within the galaxy, just without their warships. But as Captain Talia Voss stood on the bridge of the Resolute, staring out into the endless void of space, She couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't the end. Humanity had been underestimated before. And they had always adapted. We'll find our place, Talia muttered to herself. One way or another.